So what is intermittent fasting? Is it a brand new concept or has it been around for thousands of years? I gotta tell you, this is something that's been around for thousands and thousands of years. See, thousands of years ago, we were hunter and gatherers. Food wasn't always readily available when you pull open the fridge or freezer where, meat and veggies and fruits were all there, right? You have to hunt for food. And there were days where you didn't get food. So what does our body do? Our body is able to store away energy source and fat and food that we eat and utilize it days later. You can use it for a few days and your body will burn its own energy. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to, as humans, we're not supposed to be eating 24 hours a day, right? You don't have to necessarily eat 3 meals a day. The 3 meal a day concept, breakfast, really is something that big corporations and restaurants have told us and really have said, hey, you know what? Break your fast in the morning by having breakfast. Break fast, right? It's to break your fast. So you have it first thing in the morning. Now there could be a lot of you out there watching this video that are saying, hey, you know what? I don't even get hungry in the morning. Well, the reason why you don't get hungry in the morning is because there's certain hormones like cortisol, glycogen that is being broken down and into glucose to feed your body first thing in the morning. So at the beginning of the day, you don't wake up and just, look for food right away. You don't have to. There's some of you eating breakfast every single day wondering, I don't even know why I'm eating breakfast. As you're eating cereal or having a donut or a croissant or a bagel, you're not even hungry, but you thought, you know what? For about 20, 30 years, that's all I've heard. My doctors have told me that breakfast is the most important part of the meal, most important part of the day. You should have a big breakfast. Don't ever skip breakfast. If anything, it's gonna be the end of your life if you do. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to eat that way. Our body is actually not made to eat that way. If you actually practice something called intermittent fasting, here's the 10 things that can actually improve for you over time. Number 1, you'll decrease the amount of insulin throughout the day, so insulin doesn't spike all the time. So that lowers your insulin resistance, which then lowers your chance of diabetes type 2. Intermittent fasting also increases your growth hormone, okay? The growth hormone increases, you'll actually build more lean muscle mass. Most people think, oh man, if I don't eat, what's gonna happen is my body's gonna eat away its muscle. Your body's not gonna just eat away its muscle. Your body's gonna more likely to burn the fat that you have instead of the muscle. The next thing that happens is you'll increase your metabolism. As your metabolism actually increases, not go down. Most people think that, hey, you know what? If I fast or if I do any intermittent fasting, my metabolism is going to go down. That's why my doctor told me to eat 6, 7, 8 times a day. Especially if you have diabetes, your doctors, chances are, have been telling you to eat 6 to 8 meals a day to keep your metabolism up. And the moment you stop eating, your metabolism is going to go down. Well, that's not true. There's been tests done on mice where they show even up to every other day eating, their metabolism still is actually increased rather than decreased, okay? Now, the other thing that happens is something called cellular cleansing. Your body is always replacing its cells, from the cells to our hair, to our ears, our eyes, our organs in the body, our taste buds, our fingernails, everything, our liver cells, heart, lungs. Everything is on a cleansing cycle. Cells only last for so long before it gets renewed. When you are intermittent fasting, your body is actually more efficient at cellular cleansing, and that could only help you in the long run, right? They'll protect you, they'll keep you alive longer, you'll live a better life, you'll live a longer life as well. The next thing that happens is you'll start to lose weight, especially belly fat. Now, who doesn't want to lose weight and belly fat? If you have belly fat, especially those love handles that people like to, pinch you on, that means your body is actually insulin resistant, okay? You have a fatty liver, your liver is not able to process all the fat, and your body's insulin resistant. Anytime you have those love handles or starting to build a tummy right here, okay, tummy fat, Well, doing intermittent fasting is going to lower the belly fat and help you lose more weight. Okay. Now, there's also effects where intermittent fasting, because of all the cellular renews, where your body goes in and takes out the bad cells and replaces with good ones, that studies show that you'll prevent cancer or have protection against cancer as well. Because cancer, our body all have cancerous cells. It's just that our body have its own protective mechanism to go in and kill the cancers before it proliferates into something more major. Intermittent fasting helps cellular cleansing, which helps you protect from cancer and help you clean out those cancer cells a lot more efficiently. Okay. Intermittent fasting is also very antioxidant. You know, antioxidants are usually foods that we think of. But when you're not eating, you have less oxidative stress on your body. It's antioxidating and it helps you decrease inflammation. Now, the next thing that happens is that it also increases your brain function. It increases your focus because when you're not digesting food, your body has not spent time and energy churning your food all the time. So you're really refreshed, focused first thing in the morning. It also helps you decrease the chance of cholesterol. Okay? Decrease your cholesterol numbers, raises your LD or raises your HDLs and lowers your LDLs, which is going to help with not just arteries and hardening of the arteries, but cholesterol lining the arteries, which will really help your heart in the long run. And of course, there's something called autophagy, where a Japanese scientist actually won the Nobel Prize for discovering the process of autophagy in 2016. Autophagy goes back to cellular cleansing, cellular renewing, where your body is a lot more efficient because it's not processing food. So you should look that up, something called autophagy. So a lot of people ask me, well, Dr. Tam, so here's the benefits. How do I actually do it? Well, it's quite simple. I've been practicing intermittent fasting, what a lot of people call a 16-8 or a 17-8 for a long time, or 17-7, I should say. So what does that mean? That means about 17 hours out of the day, I am not eating, okay? 24 hours in a day, 7 hours of the day, I'm actually eating, or I eat within that 7-hour window. So I'll tell you, for the last 2.5 years, this is what I do. I wake up in the morning, have a nice glass of water with lemon, and then I'm on my day, right? A lot of you see me in here at 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to go. My energy is up, my focus is there. Once in a while, I'll have a greens drink, right? Maybe every other day I'll have a greens drink that I mix with powder, okay? But then I'm not eating my first meal. I don't snack. I don't snack in the morning. There's no snacks at all. But my first meal isn't until about 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Then in the afternoon, I'm all energized, I'm ready to go, and I don't have my second meal until 6:30 to about 7. So I'm really eating about 6.5 to 7 hours in a day, okay? At most 7 hours in a day, which also means that it allows my body 17 of those other hours to have all the benefits from cellular cleansing, to increase focus, to increase fat burning, because if I'm not storing fat, my body, chances are, it's burning fat, right? It's keeping my insulin low, and since insulin is the number one hormone for your body to store its fat, as I keep that really low, I'm going to decrease my chance of diabetes, heart disease, and also cholesterol. That way, I'm able to, make more of these videos for you guys to enjoy. Now, for a lot of you who are eating breakfast already, say at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, don't ever just go cold turkey. It's like people who go cold turkey on coffee, cold turkey on sodas. Don't go cold turkey on your breakfast, because there's actually a hormone in your body called ghrelin. Ghrelin spikes if you're used to eating at that certain time. If you're used to eating 6 times out of the day, okay, 6 times a day, every time when that time comes, say 8 o'clock, ghrelin will spike and you're going to get hungry, so your body's going to be eating, right? Ghrelin spikes every time that you're used to eating. So when you are having breakfast and you're used to that, say you start your breakfast at 7 a.m. Well, tomorrow what you can do is you can still eat your breakfast at 7 a.m. but make sure your breakfast doesn't have any toast, pancakes, anything that's sugary, carbs, high in carbs, dairy, cereal. Don't have any of that. Maybe instead have a breakfast that is high in fats. Say eggs, not just the egg white, but the whole egg, avocado, some vegetables in there, right? Do that at 7. Now, then the next day, go to 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30. And it's going to take you a couple of weeks to backtrack half hour each day to train your body so you can go all the way to lunch. And then once you go to lunch, don't eat in the morning. Have a lot of water, cleanse your body, but don't eat in the morning. No snacking. Have your lunch, no snacks in the afternoon, and then have your dinner. Try it out, and those 10 things, I think, is going to really, really cause your body to increase your health in general. If there's any questions, don't hesitate to comment on the bottom or give us a call, send us an email, and I'll gladly answer all your questions. So if you really like this video, comment below or send me an email on what other videos you like to watch, and then we'll go from there.